Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Alps Panorama at the Northern Sea here in Farming Simulator 19. And then we've got the silage thingy over here. I'm not sure how much one of these takes, so we'll run over here a second and we'll have a look. Because this is the one that we want to set away. It doesn't actually tell me how much it can take. So we've got bulk materials coming in, we've got silage going out. So we will leave that one there. The Rubicon 9000 has reached the trigger endpoint, so we will go to that one, and then we'll come back and get the Xerion going. So you're finished. You're all done. You're folding up. Stop driver. Like that. Clear that course. I've already saved it. That field is done. Now I need to go over to the long narrow field over the other side. I've got a couple of fields that I need to do, but the long narrow field is one of them, and then the other one is the field 4 that we've just gone and planted that corn on. So yeah, we've got two of them. The road sign there that I've just scattered off to the 4 winds. So take you over this way. Now, is this going to work the same if we have the narrow field setting? Not sure how this is going to work out. I'm going to go around here. I'm going to avoid that mower. Oh, he's going right round the corner sharp. He is there. It's going to be interesting for the tractor with the loader wagon to follow on behind. Unfold you right here. And now I got to generate another course with this one. We'll start it in here somewhere, just like this. This one can be done with a narrow field setting, I think. Because doing twice round with this thing is... yeah, that's not what we really want, is it? Okay, so we'll go into here, and I've got the right setting on there. I want to go to course generation, and that's got to be field 8 this time, and then headland, automatic, bypass islands. Where's the narrow field setting? There was a narrow field, current vehicle position, automatic, working width, headland, oh, narrow field, right there. Headland, counterclockwise, clockwise, yeah, we'll do it like that. Let's generate a course. I'm pretty sure I did get given by Jimmy J an update to Courseplay, and I'm pretty sure I forgot to actually install it. So if it's going to cause me any problems, I got nobody to blame but myself. Okay, we'll save that one there. So there's field 8. Field 8 spray again. There. That's starting close to where I am, so I'm just going to back up this way a little bit, like this. There. And start course at the first waypoint, drive course. Okay. Off you go. You are doing a wonderful job. I have complete faith in your abilities to go and spray this field without causing us any issues. I'm lying. I don't have any faith in this whatsoever. I'm fairly convinced that it is going to make complete pig's ear of the job, but I will let it carry on and do that pig's ear of a job. We will ignore it. So then, no, I don't want you. Now I want to go back to Ducky's tractor over here. Now this is where we ended up leaving, like, yeah, because it comes around that corner there. It, like, leaves quite a big triangle on this field, which is distressing for me. I don't like leaving the big triangles on the fields, but, well, that's just the way it is. And then I had this, oh yes, of course, I had this course set up. It was doing every other line, and I think it did end up doing it, and it drove into the tree to make matters even worse. And it's left patches of grass everywhere. But it's doing it. That's the main thing. It is actually doing it. So I'm going to leave that one to carry on and hope that it's able to do some more. Wait. Now what are you doing? Aren't you supposed to go and turn over there? Over this way. This is what it did before. Turned round. Oh, or did it? Pretty sure it did something weird and then it hung itself up on that tree over there. If I remember correctly. Let's just keep an eye on this one for a second. I'm pretty sure he's about to go and hang himself on that tree. And I really, really could do without it doing that. And oh, it might have just been when it was using the loading wagon. That might have been the bit that caused the problem. Yes. I think that was the bit that caused the problem. It was, it wasn't the other bit. Alright, yeah, that's fine. You carry on and you do that. We will go and get this one. So I'm going to need to set up a new course for this one, aren't I? I'm going to have to set up a course to run it back and tip it, and then we have to run the two courses in together at the same time. So you come in... Wow, okay, this thing's quite speedy. And also the fact that I've got this massive dead zone on my steering wheel it really doesn't help. It's not making this job any easier. This whole steering thing. I've used steering wheels before on tractors that have actually got this massive, great big dead zone in the middle of them. And then it's made worse by them having loose, clanky joints. Well, it's because they got loose, clanky joints. The steering wheel doesn't really do anything, but it tends to drift itself along. It tends to move itself around, and because of all the loose joints on the steering. So you literally, you're going along the road doing this with the steering wheel in order to try and keep it in a straight line. Probably not the safest thing to do, but it's a really, really old tractor, and it's got top speed about 15 miles an hour, so it's not going to be life-threatening to anybody involved. It's going to be just fine. Now, this one, I believe I'm supposed to do... I'm not supposed to have any overlap on the course. So I'll bring you around here, because I want to start a new course for this field. I'm going to start the course here. No, I don't want to start that course to anywhere near that tree, do I? So we'll actually go and start the course over here. This is where we'll do it. We'll start it over... Well, actually, you know, well, the reason I was going to start it differently was because I was going to use the course for that field. But I'm not going to use the course for that field. I'll just manually do that little field. So we'll start something here. I will go into here like this, and this one is combi empty grain transport field work. It's just this one, I think. It's this one right here, and then I go start course recording like that. I don't need to do anything other than start course recording. Then we go in round this way. I don't want to go too fast, because my steering wheel is having these weird hinky little problems. And right now my problem is I've got to be able to tip out for a start. So we'll have to come in round like this, over this way, and then in round again. And I bring it to that point there. Now I don't know where the tip trigger is on here, but then I got to do this. I got to come out of there, and then I got to wheel around this way so that I can get back out again. This is going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting, I think. And I'll bring the end point to here so it's nowhere near the other one. Now, I don't know if that's the right thing to do or not. I think it is. And then stop like that. So I will save this course. We'll go field 1. Field 1 tip. Like that. So I've got a field 1 tip. Wait a minute. I need to change the name of that one. Field 1 tip right there. How do I rename it? Delete course folder. Append course at end. How do I rename? Huh. Okay, I have to delete it. Manage course. Create new folder. Field 1 tip. Delete course folder. There. Now go back to here. I have got the course here, haven't I? Yes. Save. Now, the reason I want to do this is because I don't just want to call it tip, do I? Field 1 silage tip. That's what I want. There. So now I know that I'm tipping for silage for this one. That's a bit better. And then I'll get rid of that course. So I've saved it now, so I'll get rid of it. And I'll get rid of that. I'll bring you onto the field over here. I'm going to move the Xerion, the other Xerion. I'm going to move that one out of the way in a minute. So you come over here and stop there. Then we will go and we will just check our machinery. You are not being all that clever, are you? So we will stop driver right there. What are you trying to do exactly? Well, I don't really. What are you doing? You're over here. Oh, I see. He's come up with that one, and now he's trying to get down to this other end down here. That's what he's going to be doing. So I'm going to need to manually just run this one down here. It doesn't seem to do very well with like the odd-shaped fields like this. I'm thinking that the narrow field setting is perhaps not a suitable one. Maybe that's the problem. But I'll bring you down to here like this, and we will go there, current waypoint, next closest waypoint, and drive course. Right. We'll let that one carry on there. And then we will go back this way to you. Now go there and stop driver. Clear the course. Get rid of that one. Start you up. Now he's lifted out a bit there. So I've got these patches of grass everywhere. I don't like that we've got these patches. There's nothing that we can do about them, but I don't have to like them. So we've got some patches of grass on here. Now this one, I'm pretty sure I've got a field for... I'm pretty sure I've got a course for this. Field 2. Yeah, I do. I got field 2 mowing right there. So I'm going to... load that course there. Go back onto here and start course at first waypoint. Drive course. Now, is he going to unfold everything in order to drive the course? Is he going to actually do what I need him to do? It looks like he's coming over and like getting into play. He has unfolded that one. He's now waiting for this one to unfold as well. Okay, that's actually really good. I like that it does do that. That is a really cool thing. Okay, so then I want to go to you, and we want to go on here, and then I want to go this way. So I've got field 1 mowing, which I want to load, and then I want to append course at end, I think, is the one that I load course, merge into loaded course. I think that one is the one that I want. I'm not 100% sure, so we'll have to wait and see on that one. Let's start you up. Start course at first waypoint. Field work like that. Drive course. Okay, you should go over and start work on here. And then what you should do is, once you're full, you should go out onto the road and do that bit over there. So I'm hoping that with the Xerion tractor, he's going to swing the tail out a little bit, which means that we're closer to picking up the swath that the mowers are being left by the mowers are leaving by the other Xerion tractor. And that theory does actually appear to be playing out. That does actually seem to be working reasonably well. Let it keep going on here. That one over there should be mowing. I'm going to get back to that one in a second. Alright, well, I'll go back to that one right now. And yes, that one is doing a great job. So we'll just leave this one in place. going to really worry about that one. And then field 3, I may possibly set up a new course on that one. I'll have to see. It depends how well we cope with... No, not you. This one. Getting round the corners in a minute. It's the corners that I'm most concerned about. The Rubicon is finished. We could go to the Rubicon a minute. I know that I can actually click on the thing, but it seems to go a little bit weird when I try and do that. Stop driver. Clear that. There. Okay. Right, I'm not sure about that course that I just did on there. I'm genuinely unsure about that as to whether it's a decent course or not. Looks like I've gotten all of the weeds off of there, so field 4 is the only one left to do any spraying work on. So we take a quick hop, skip, and a jump all the way over to field 4, which is way over there in distance. We should be able to get this one set up and spraying on there. We can't do any fertilizer until we've skipped through the night with this one, but that's... all of the herbicide will then be done. We've done all the planting. We've got most of the fertilizer done as well. I just need one... actually, I think I need 2 coats of fertilizer on field 4. And then that's going to be it. We're going to be finished then. So I'll get this one over there, and I will get it set up, and I will get it spraying and everything as well. Bring you into here like this, and while that one is doing its unfolding there, I want to go course generation in here. It's not a narrow field, short edges, none around, 2 headland passes on there, 48.5 meters. Generate field course, just like that on field... no, not field 8. Wrong one. I don't want field 8. I want field 4. Generate field course. There. Wow. Right. 1 headland pass. No, I'm going to do 2 headland passes. Do that again. That's a little bit more like it. It will allow us to hopefully turn round properly while we're in here. So I will go back, and then I will save this one, field 4 spray, like that. And I will go first waypoint. Then I'm going to bring you over like that, and I'm going to drive course. There. That simple. Right. Off you go. Doing a wonderful job. I got complete total faith in you and your ability to screw everything up royally at all times. Now I can go over to you. You are very nearly done, but we're doing a great job, and he is picking up the corners fairly well. It's not perfect. We do have some issues with corners, especially the really sharp corners by the look of it. But it is doing it. Now, my big question is, what's it going to do when it's working on the straight lines? Now, I've got it skipping every line. On field 3, I'm going to have a course on there that we don't skip lines, so then we can see what this one works like, whether it's actually going to be able to follow along properly. That's what I'm most curious about. So he's slowed right down now because he's just about full. And this is the big thing. Right, has reached trigger endpoint. Zurian ship. Oh, that's just coincidence that he's reached trigger endpoint exactly the same time as this one reached this bit. So I'll let him just run back over to the field, to the new track over there. Can have a drink a minute. Right, so he's coming out towards the road. The start of this particular course is up here. So he's going to swing round over onto that bit. Comes out onto off the edge of the field. Climbs onto there. I can change the setting on here for the speed. No, speed's right there. Reversing. And move that up to 10k, and I'll put this one on 12k just for a minute. Because, yeah, I don't want it... I don't want it too fast. Let's not get hasty and run it too fast. Now, is it going to actually recognize the tip point? It should automatically recognize the tip point. I shouldn't need to manually add a tip point in while I'm recording the course. It should just do it itself automatically. Should be fully auto magic. It was indeed fully auto magic. Tips all of that lot in there. That is absolutely fantastic and grand. It will hopefully be able to get out from under there as well without doing, without having any problems, without any mischief coming up. I do like the way that it empties that one out. I like kind of the animation of the emptying out process. And he's gone on round. Now we've got the difficult bit. He has to swing out round this way. So we got to make sure that we've got our yard clear for when we're doing out of these fields. The next course that I'll do a new one, which will go between those two fields over there. That one's going to be a lot better. That's going to be a lot easier for it to run. So he's going to come over to here. He shouldn't say stop. He should just go back into the field from here. Carry on from where he left off. Which is exactly what it's going to do. Going round the edge of the field, I notice. It's staying inside the edge of the field. It's just following the edge of the field to get back to where it was previously. At least I'm hoping that it's, like, deliberately doing that. Now we've got a really sharp corner for it to go round. And then once it's done that really sharp corner... Yeah, see, I've missed a great big chunk over there because of the sharp corner, and it's physically not able to get round there and do that. And on a lot of small fields, that would end up causing us problems. So Courseplay, I have had feedback. It is a thing with Courseplay, is it does leave corners everywhere, and there isn't anything you can do about it. So, I mean, but usually you'd use Courseplay on bigger fields. So this... Normally, it wouldn't really be much of a problem. I mean, here on a smaller field, that bit that we're leaving is a much larger percentage of the overall yield of the field. So then it does become more of a problem for us. But in the grand scheme of things, hopefully it won't be too much. Now, this is the next bit. How is it going to cope with going from the finish of the circuits around the field on the headlands to starting the first bit of land work? Because it had quite a big kind of traipsing around the countryside type approach previously. Okay, so it's lifted up there. Doesn't like that at all, does it? It's trying to reverse over to where it was working before. Now it's just saying it's blocked. Right. Going to leave that one where he is for a minute. I'm going to stop the driver on here, and I'm going to clear that course. And I'm going to start this driver up. And, yeah, I really think there's a lot I can do about that one over there. The setting on here, actually, there's another setting that we want to go. We want to go to advanced settings in here. When to raise late. When to lower early. Okay. That should, I'm hoping, help to stop the little patches of grass that get left behind. And then I go up over this way. Now, have I got Field 3 mowing? Pretty sure I've got a Field 3 mowing course. I do. I've got a Field 3 mowing course right there. And so I will load that course. That one, again, is every other line. And I was going to test every line, but I know I said I would, but I don't think I will. I think I don't want to tempt fate. I think that's just asking for trouble. If I try and do anything different to what I've done, try anything new and fancy, I think it's just going to end up backfiring. So I will drive over here. Where did I start this course? I remember now. I start down here. There, I started this one down here. So I'm going to go to right there in the middle of the field, and then I'm going to drive course like that. Field 3 mowing. It's on Fieldwork mode. And you will go down there, and then you should swing out round. And then I will go... Right, the Xerion has still got that blocking mark coming up. I think I'm going to need to go over there and try and rescue the thing in just a second. Let's just make sure that this one is on... Right, that one's fine. He's doing all right. He seems to be able to cope. You do not seem to be able to cope. Now, last time I did this, Current waypoint, next closest waypoint. Last time I tried stopping it, it didn't, like, pick up correctly. It didn't carry on again. And I'm not quite sure why, but I think that might have been because I went to the end point of the circuit. So I want to go here. Got to make sure that I'm on the right thing for this. Okay. I need to go over this way, and I need to start this course. This is what it's trying to do. It's trying to get back round over to here so that it can start the course. So I will start it here, manually. I will put it down here like that. And I'll go right onto there. Like that. And then go in here. Drive course, next closest waypoint. So he's come down there, and he's done that little straight bit there. Now what's he going to do? Is this where he went straight out and into the tree? No, he's not gone straight out and into the tree. He's able to come on round, and he's also able to get into the straight line there. Then he's going to reverse up. It's the right position on there, and then he's... Okay, that works. So it's just... It was getting the transition from the circuits onto the straight work. That was the only problem that it had. Couldn't cope with that. That was a little bit too much for it. So we'll forgive it this once. As long as it's able to do it for the rest of the field. It's coming up there. Seems to be doing alright. Okay, yep. I'll let you carry on and do what you got to do. You in here... You're carrying on and doing what you got to do as well, and you seem to actually be doing a decent job. So then we want to go and we want to have a look at the Hardy Rubicon next. And there is a surprise. Nope, not even... Wait, what? What?
But well, you're supposed to be working.
You're working on field 4. What are you doing over there?
What are you doing over there? How?
You're here.
Oh, this is awful. How did you manage to get all the way up? I mean, seriously, what?
He's reversed all the way up.
I'm genuinely
Why? How even? Like, seriously, how has it managed to get all the way over to this side of this? Look at it. Look how far he's had to go in order to do this. The course has not got anything unusual going over that way, has it? I'm just... I genuinely don't know what to say. I really, really do not know what to say. So how did you do that? How did you do that thing that you did? You came up over here. Well, that's about all we've got time for in today's episode, so we're going to go and take a little bit of a break. We need to chill out on the beach, relax, and build up some strength. So while we're doing that, if you've enjoyed the episode, then could you please head down below and give us a like, and if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me, get them to come and watch as well, that would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching, this is Frithgar, goodbye, and see you later.